As we've been saying, it could be a very busy window for Arsenal. Lots of questions for Mikel Arteta at the moment. And to help us look at some of the key issues this month, we're joined by Sky Sports features writer Nick Wright. Nick, great to have you on the show. There's real uncertainty for Arsenal, particularly up front, because Aubameyang has been frozen out at the moment. Lacazette's contract is expiring. But Mikel Arteta, he's got to feel like this decision to drop Aubameyang has so far worked.
Yeah, well, it was obviously a really bold decision, wasn't it, to drop his captain in that way. It could easily have backfired on him, but instead it appears to, the recent results and performances do seem to have vindicated him pretty emphatically. So, the Manchester City game on Saturday obviously ended in a bit of frustration, but it's 5 wins out of 6 in all competitions without Aubameyang. They've scored 20 goals. There's been some big wins, and the attacking performances have really improved, and that includes against City, where they were unfortunate not to take anything.
What do the stats say about Arsenal's attacking performances without Aubameyang?
Well, there's been really drastic improvement, and we can see that in the graphic we're going to see. I mean, with Lacazette starting up front, with Saka and Martinelli and Odegaard and Smith Rowe all contributing a huge amount around him, Arsenal really have looked transformed. Only City are taking more points in this period and scoring more goals, and Arsenal's numbers for shots on target and expected goals have all increased significantly as well. Arsenal have climbed into the top 4 of the Premier League, of course, and now rank in the top 4 in all those key attacking metrics as well, so very encouraging signs for them. Yeah,
very encouraging signs. So does that make it bad news for Aubameyang?
Well, the reality right now is that Arsenal do look a more effective team without him, and of course it's worth remembering that even before he was dropped, he was struggling to produce his best form. Only 4 Premier League goals this season, only 10 Premier League goals last season. So I think that drop in his output is obviously a worry for Arsenal. He was so prolific in his first 2.5 seasons, wasn't he? And he got that new contract in 2020 on the back of that. But in fact, his scoring rate has been declining year on year since then. So as we can see here, he's averaging just 0.35 goals per 90 minutes this season, which is a big drop on what we've come to expect from Aubameyang.
So in that case, does that mean that Lacazette is a better fit for this current Arsenal team?
Well, he's only scored 3 goals in 15 Premier League games, so his total is in fact lower than Aubameyang's, isn't it? But what we've seen in the last few games is the way he plays and the qualities he brings the team are better suited, and I think the last few games do show that. He's clearly not scoring enough at the moment, or indeed shooting enough. Only 1.4 shots per 90 minutes. But what's clear is that he contributes more without the ball, and indeed in their general play. So in other words, his link-up play is better. He has more touches, more passes. He creates more chances, as we can see there. And Aubameyang's numbers for touches and passes, by contrast, they're some of the lowest in the Premier League per 90 minutes. So, we see as well the ball recoveries, the tackles, the interceptions. They really highlight how important Lacazette is off the ball as well. And I think that's very, very, very much key for Arteta. He puts a lot of emphasis on the pressing, and we saw that against City again on Saturday.
So it does potentially look that the best thing Arsenal could do is to give Lacazette a new contract. But like you said, there's maybe not enough goals there.
Well, that's the dilemma, I suppose, isn't it? I mean, we look at how they've recruited over the last 12 months, 18 months, with a real emphasis on youth. We see how they've been burnt with some of the contracts they've handed out to their older players. And I guess they will have to factor that in, and that's partly because of Lacazette's age. It's partly as well because of he's never quite been prolific enough. He's never scored more than 14 goals in a Premier League season. He has produced a lot of assists for a striker, but that goal total just isn't quite high enough. Now, I think really the striker is the next step probably in Arteta's rebuild. You look at the side now with those pacey wide players either side running in behind. I think they probably need someone with Lacazette's ability to link the play, but with Aubameyang's scoring ability, as he previously showed in previous seasons.
What about other internal options? Because there is still Eddie Nketiah, there is still Folarin Balogun.
Well, yeah, and they've had great success with their academy recently, Arsenal, haven't they? We've seen how important Saka and Smith Rowe have become in particular. And I guess of the two you mentioned, Nketiah is probably closer to the senior side. He's obviously a very, very accomplished finisher. We saw that with his hat-trick against Sunderland in the Carabao Cup recently. He's got 18 goals in 71 appearances. in total for Arsenal, which may not sound amazing, but when you consider 42 of those appearances have come as a substitute, it does become more impressive.
Yeah, that starts. 18 goals in 29 that's actually very good.
It is very good, yeah. I mean, 157 minutes a goal, that's a really impressive strike rate. I mean, I guess the contractual situation is an issue with Nketiah. You know, he's only got 1 year remaining on his deal, well, 6 months remaining on his deal, and seems reluctant to sign a new one. And then there's also his profile as a player. You know, he's very much a penalty box striker, and we can see that from the fact he's only produced 1 assist in those 71 appearances. Now, Balogun, he's perhaps a more rounded striker in terms of his attributes. And I asked Mikel Arteta about him at the end of last season. He spoke about his unique qualities. He talked about his ability to hold the ball up, but he is still unproven at senior level, you know, one for the long term perhaps. And so it does appear there is a clear gap for someone to come in there, be it in January or in the summer.